What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Destrose. Yes, indeed, Destrose Fans feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi bop, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you can still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Thomas Roaring, and Thomas wanted to see me react to this song by Destrose called Rin. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Mitsuko Yoshida, all right? And the video has 647 views. Well, there you go. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Destrose, Rin. There you go. Short, sweet, and to the point. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Minor 6, natural 6, minor 7, natural 7, back to root. It's all chromatic. Oh, 2 to the 5. I like that chordal progression in the chorus. The dissension going down. Root, down to the 7, down to the 6, down to the 5, to the 4, skipping the 3 and going to the 2, back up using the flat 6 as a transitional note to the 5, and then from 5 right back to the root again.
I like it.
I really like that. That sounds good. Not okay, how should I put this? how do I describe being predictable without being predictable? You saw the descending line, right? It's descending from the root down to the 7, down to the 6, down to the 5. Okay, at that point, it's pretty safe to say we are probably going to continue to descend. To the 4? Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Skipping the 3 and going to the 2. The natural 2, not the flat 2, the natural 2. Okay, I didn't see that coming. And then from the 2, resolving to the 5, but by using the flat 6 as the resolve point. Ba-da, and resolve down to the 5. That was nice. That was really nice. That was very clever, very slick. I like it. Yeah, chorus is very well constructed. The song's got a nice groove. It feels good, good energy. I like to play with feel, switching between the halftime feel and the straight time feel. I like what I'm hearing there. Chordally, everything makes sense. Melodic lines make sense. Yeah, I got no issue with this at all. I like it. I don't know. Okay, it's too early. It's too early to say whether this is my new favorite song from Destrose or not. I don't think it is. I don't think so. But then again, that chorus is really well constructed. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I have to listen to their 2.5 minutes of the song before I could really make that call in any kind of seriousness. So anyway, let's get back into this. I'm liking what I'm hearing so far. Into the a little Fancho mic there, tastefully done. Let's go back a second. Let's go back. The usage of the orchestrations, the horns, the strings, I have mixed feelings about those. Those hits. I don't know how I feel about those. I have mixed feelings. I see why, because we're in this breakdown section, and vocals have disappeared. Okay, so we need to do something to help fill out the sound. At least that's the opinion. Personally, with 2 guitar players, a bass player, and a drummer, and no one soloing, there's no guitar solo happening here. It's all chords. I don't really think it needs any help thickening out. I think with 2 guitars and bass and drums, I think it sounds plenty full as it is. So the addition of those orchestrations are just color. When the song is heavy and as driving as this song is, I don't know, man. I don't know if I like those orchestrations or not. I don't think I do. I don't think I like them. I think the song would have sounded, honestly, I think the song would have sounded just fine without him, and that's just fluff. Now, I know there are people who like fluff. I know there are. I know there are people who like, you know, and they're the same people who are like, more frosting on the cake, and let's just squeeze all the frosting that we have in the bag. It doesn't matter what it looks like. Let's just get it all on the cake. And the next thing you know, you got a cake that is seriously 4 inches thick. The cake is 4 inches thick, and you got 10 inches of frosting. Why? It's just extra fluff, you know? It makes the cake look bigger. Let's keep stacking on the frosting. It's like, oh, God. Personally, I hate frosting. I can't stand frosting. I like the cake part. Yeah, no problem. But frosting, bleh. The less in my opinion, the less frosting, the better. And in a situation like this, I feel like the cake is the guitar and the bass and the drums, you know, playing in unison, nice, thick, chunky sounding. I like that. The drive, the energy are there. You don't need all those orchestral hits. I just, doesn't need it. Doesn't need it. Especially since they're so synthetic sounding. It's obviously being done on a keyboard. But it's there. It's there. Nothing we can do about it now. We gotta live with it. You know, it's there. Can't change it now. It's too late. Anyway, let's get back into let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. Putting in the third now. They added the third on that dissension. This is variety. Oh. I got cheated. Then again, it may just, okay. All right. For the sake of a promotional video, if there's a linear fade in the song, and that's all they're going to do is just linear fade it anyway, cutting it short like that makes sense. Is that what happened? So I'm asking Destrose fans, feeling you, I'm asking you guys this question. On the studio recording, is it a linear fade? Does it just fade out slowly at that point? And for the sake of this promotional video, they just decided to cut that linear fade out so they could quickly get to the advertisement. Is that what happened here? I have a feeling that's what happened. If not, let me know, and I'll have to go find a actual studio recording of this song and see how they actually ended it. I'm curious now. You know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna go look on my own and see how the end. I'm willing to bet it was a linear fade. I'm willing to bet that's what happened. There's a lot to talk about, but honestly, I could compress it. I could compress it all down into like 2 or 3 things. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. It's because it's all stuff I talked about during the reaction. So let me do some compressing here. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Destrose with Ren. This was a request from Thomas Roaring. Okay, honestly, I compressed everything down all right. There's not a lot to talk about that I didn't talk about during the course of the reaction, so I'm really just gonna hit a couple of bullet points, maybe discuss a couple of things in a little more detail, but it's gonna be a pretty quick review here, folks. Let me start off with the score. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this might be the highest score I have given Destrose on the channel so far. So let's get to it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that an 8.2. Yep, 8.2. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, an 8.2. What does that mean? Well, an 8.2 would translate to a great scale rating, so overall, I think this was a great song. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and an A- letter grade. So there you go, an 8.2, great scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first 8 that I have given Destrose on the channel. This is my 3rd or 4th reaction to them. No, wait. Hold on. No, this is, well, it might be my 4th. It's either my 4th or 5th reaction to them on the channel. Everything else has been in the 7s, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure I gave everything up to this point a 7. This is definitely one of the more creative songs I've heard from them, without question. When it came to songwriting, everything sounded good. Everything made sense. Couple of surprises along the way. Things that I use the terminology of, being predictable without being predictable. Like, and that's, comes down to the whole thing about that descending line in the chorus more than anything else. From the root, to the 7, to the 6, to the 5, to the 4. Now, you would think they would go to the 3, but instead they skipped the 3 and went to the 2. And then from the 2 to the 6, the flat 6 to the 5 to resolve. But later on in the song, I heard the 3. So that's interesting. I wonder why they decided to add the 3 in there towards the end. I'm not complaining about it at all. I'm not complaining one bit. I'm just saying that's a little different. Usually bands will pick up a riff and they'll stick to it and they will die on that hill. That's the riff that we came up with and that's where it's gonna stay. And it's like, why not evolve it? What I think would have been really cool is if they had modulated at that ending. When they were gonna start adding the 3, modulate up a step, a full step. I think that would have made it even better. But what they did sounded just fine. I got no complaints about it. I like the direction that they took the songwriting. Verses made sense. I like the intro with the chromatic. That was nice. Going down to the flat 6, the natural 6, the flat 7 to the natural 7 to resolve to the root. I liked it. I think it fit really well. It kind of set a mood and tone for the song of, we're going to be moving around quite a bit. We're not going to be just sticking around. This is not going to be a 3-chord song or a 4-chord song. We're going to go in some really cool directions. Strap yourselves in. You're in for a ride. And I like that intro. I like how the intro set up the rest of the song by doing that riff. As far as instrumentation goes, instrumentally, I thought everybody did a really nice job across the board. I do. The drumming, Haruna really sounded good on this. Some nice fill work, some play with feel a little bit here and there, which was nice. Miho on bass sounded really good. I kind of blanked on her name there for a second. Shame on me. I know. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Listen, you guys are asking me to memorize all these names, and I suck with names as it is. I did remember. Miho on bass sounded really good. Very prominent in the mix, actually. I was very surprised by that. I didn't have to go looking for her at all. She was right there. Very nice blend between the guitars and the bass on this mix. Guitar players sounded really fine. Both guitars sounded nice, thick, crunchy tone without being overly thick or overly crunchy. Nice blend across the way. Nice use of pitch harmonics in that breakdown section. I don't think I didn't notice those. Very tastefully done, not overly used. I had a band on the channel, not like recently, but fairly within the last few months. Man, they were just killing it with with overuse of the pinch harmonic. Just every single time they went in the main riff, pinch harmonic, pinch harmonic, pinch harmonic, pinch harmonic. I'm like, listen, I like pinch harmonics as much as the next guy. I do. I appreciate when they're used tastefully and sparingly. But when every single measure has a pinch harmonic and your phrase goes on for seriously 16 measures, it's like every other note's a pinch harmonic. Man, please dial it back. But that wasn't the case here. Very tasteful use of them, like I said, especially in that breakdown section. Vocally, I think she sounded just fine. I had no issue with anything that she did vocally. It sounded good. I've had several encounters with vocalists, and this vocalist included, where the over usage of vibrato or the vibrato it's just too big and too wide. It just gets out of control. Wasn't the case here. No, it was very tastefully done across the board. No, overall, I think this is a great tune. The strength in this tune is definitely in the songwriting without question. Like I said, musically, everybody did a fine job. I'm not going to say anything that was played I would say would be impressive, but the songwriting, the actual writing of the song, the notational selection, the arranging, the chordal progressions, the melodic lines, I think everything there was great. I do. And that was definitely the strongest part of the song, was the songwriting itself. So that's how I'm coming up with an 8.2. I feel good about that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have an 8.2, which is a great scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.